In the bustling city of Seattle, where the rain often painted the streets with silver reflections, lived Ethan Parker, a 29-year-old journalist searching for stories that could touch people's hearts. He wasn't just interested in politics or crime. He had always been fascinated by people, their emotions, their struggles, the quiet strengths. One rainy afternoon, while visiting a local community library for research, he noticed a woman sitting by the tall glass window. She was in her mid-40s, perhaps closer to 50, with an elegance that wasn't loud but impossible to ignore. Her name, as he later found out, was Claire Anderson, a professor of psychology at a nearby university. She had a calm presence, the kind that made people pause. Ethan didn't know then that meeting Claire would not only change his life but also reveal to him 11 mind-blowing truths about older women, truths that shaped his understanding of love, life, and human connection. 1. Older women carry a quiet confidence. When Ethan first spoke to Claire, it wasn't her beauty that caught him off guard, it was her calm confidence. She looked him straight in the eye, smiled warmly, and said, "Writers like you notice too much. Be careful, it can be a blessing and a curse." That moment stayed with him. Younger women he had dated often second-guessed themselves, but Claire radiated an assurance that didn't need proving. It was this confidence that first drew him closer to her. 2. They understand the power of listening. Ethan soon discovered that Claire was a remarkable listener. Over cups of coffee, she let him pour out stories about his childhood, his career struggles, and his loneliness in the busy city. Unlike anyone else, she didn't interrupt to offer shallow advice. She listened, and in her silence, Ethan found comfort. One evening, when the rain hammered against the library windows, Ethan admitted, "Sometimes I feel like I don't belong anywhere." Claire touched his hand gently and whispered, "Belonging doesn't come from places, Ethan. It comes from people who see you." 3. They value depth over drama. Ethan realized that Claire wasn't interested in meaningless games or attention-seeking drama. When they spent time together, it wasn't about chasing trends or making Instagram perfect moments. Instead, they talked about books, philosophy, and the unspoken ache of being human. It was during these conversations that Ethan's admiration turned into something deeper. 4. They know heartbreak but carry it gracefully. One evening, Claire shared her story. She had been married once, years ago. Life hadn't been easy, and though the marriage ended, she never spoke bitterly about it. "Heartbreak teaches you," she told him. "It softens some parts and strengthens others." Ethan realized then that older women often carry scars but wear them like jewels, reminders of survival, not shame. 5. They are independent yet value true companionship. Claire wasn't waiting for someone to complete her. She had a thriving career, a circle of close friends, and hobbies that kept her days full. Yet, when she chose to spend her evenings with Ethan, he felt the weight of that choice. She didn't need him, she wanted him. And that difference was powerful. 6. They radiate a unique kind of beauty. Ethan began to notice the little things about Claire. The way her laughter had depth, the faint lines on her face that spoke of 1,000 smiles, the grace in the way she carried herself. It wasn't youthful beauty, it was timeless. The kind of beauty that didn't fade under the weight of years but grew stronger with them. 7. They value emotional honesty. One night, under the glowing lights of downtown Seattle, Ethan finally admitted, "Claire, I don't know why, but being around you feels different. Like I don't have to pretend." She smiled knowingly. "That's because you don't. Older women don't have the patience for masks. We value honesty, even when it's messy." It was then that Ethan realized he had fallen for her. 8. They teach without preaching. Claire never tried to educate Ethan, but every moment with her was a lesson. She taught him patience by waiting calmly in silence, strength by walking gracefully through her past, and love by showing that affection isn't always loud, it can be found in the smallest gestures. 9. They handle challenges with grace. Life wasn't always easy for Claire. She had health worries at times, career stress, and family responsibilities. But instead of crumbling, she faced them with resilience. Ethan admired that she didn't hide her struggles, she embraced them. Strength, she said once, isn't about never breaking. It's about learning how to heal. 10. They inspire growth in others. Being with Claire made Ethan better. He found himself reading more, thinking deeper, and writing with newfound clarity. She encouraged him without even realizing it, reminding him that true romance isn't about changing someone, it's about inspiring them to grow. 11. They love with depth, not fear. Perhaps the most mind-blowing truth Ethan discovered was this: older women love differently. Not with insecurity, not with fear, but with depth. When Claire finally confessed, "Ethan, I didn't expect this, but I've fallen for you," he felt the sincerity in her words. Their love wasn't about fireworks or reckless passion. It was about two souls finding peace in each other. The romantic journey. As weeks turned into months, Ethan and Claire's bond deepened. They walked through Pike Place Market, sharing fresh flowers and laughter. They sat on park benches, watching the city lights blur in the drizzle. They wrote letters to each other, old-fashioned and heartfelt. For Ethan, Claire wasn't just a love interest, she was proof that love has no expiration date. For Claire, Ethan wasn't just a young man chasing a story, he was the unexpected chapter that made her heart beat with hope again. The ending. One evening, as autumn leaves scattered across the streets, Ethan stood outside Claire's home. He held her hand and said, "Meeting you didn't just give me a story, it gave me a reason to believe in love again." Claire's eyes glistened with quiet tears. She pulled him close and whispered, "And you reminded me that love doesn't fade with age. It only deepens." The rain began to fall, but they didn't move. They stood there, two hearts against the world, proving that love, real love, wasn't bound by years but strengthened by them. Final note. Through Claire, Ethan discovered the 11 psychological facts about older women that were not just truths, but revelations. They weren't theories written in a textbook, they were lessons written in his heart. And as he published the story of their romance, readers across America found themselves nodding, smiling, and even crying, realizing that older women are not just wise and strong, they are extraordinary.